Presentation number 9. And it's my 4th one. I want to apologize for the delay. Let's open with a word of prayer. Holy God, we thank you for your goodness. Thank you for all that you have done for us during this camp. It's a blessing to be at these holy convocations. As we come to a close, may you continue to guide, direct, and bless us through the few moments we have left together. In Jesus' name, amen. I know Arian answered most of the questions that were given to him in his presentation. But I just wanted to go over a couple of other ones and some of my own questions. So I'll find where he is. He's upstairs. Oh dear. That was not good. Oh, thank you. Arian's not in the room. We're going to ask him to come down. Does anybody have any questions while we're waiting? On anything that I've said this weekend? All good? Blessing? So we're here. We spoke about what the messenger wants, what the angel would like, and we didn't get to what members want. Let's do that. What do the members want during this period where there's a potential crisis happening? There's a message that's been delivered by a member, and the members are not sure what to do. What would they want? Curtis? Yep. They would want guidance from the angel. Anyone else? Natalie?
Maybe a future question and answers from the other people who've got messages. Because I have sent messages and I've had no reply on some.
So they'd want guidance from the angel, and they'd want access to the member.
I mean, like Pedro did. We did Pedro in.
Yeah, I've just done it. They would want access to the member. Anyone else? Esther? Understand the message? They'd want the angel to explain the message. The angel doesn't understand the message. It's not their message. So we've got, it says here, guidance from the angel. So that could include explanation. But it's a bit more general. Samina?
The work of organization and unity.
I don't know what to, if I put they want the work of organization, I don't know what that means.
A flock wants to stay safe, or they want organization within themselves that everything runs smoothly.
If they want safety, is that guidance from the angel?
Could be part of it, yeah.
So I leave that, and I'm still not sure what they want with respect to organization.
Rules of behavior within the flock.
You mean generally? Because we're talking specific around this issue.
Okay, I thought we speak about it generally. Then I back out.
Because generally we don't have members with messages. Curtis?
I think ultimately they also want the message to be developed.
Anything else? Raquel?
The first thing that I thought was clarity, but I'm not sure if it's the same as guidance and
They want clarity from whom?
clarity, the way to follow. Um, um, the way that we should follow.
So that would just be guidance. Anything else? Esther, what did you say?
The people, the members, they want to understand the message, maybe to explain.
They want to understand the message.
Yes.
That's it?
Yes.
Don't think you said that before.
That the angel explained the message.
So they want the angel to explain the message.
So that the members can understand.
They can't understand from the member. It's the member's message. Iselin?
They want to be corrected.
They want to
To
be,
be corrected by in the message they might give.
they want to be, they want to be corrected by what?
By by who I would say by the others, like those who listen to the message they might give. They want to be corrected, like to have like kind of feedback, as we said.
The, the members want feedback from whom? The members aren't doing
others.
anything.
The members, I thought they were doing that.
Doing what?
To give a message.
That's this one. The member with the message is that one. We're talking about the congregation or the flock.
Okay.
Is that?
So what I think is that they want to know, is it the truth or not? So that they want from the angel to say that, is this truth or not? So that they can follow just the angel. Because we're a bit lazy probably and don't want to find out ourselves, and we want to follow the angel. That's probably what we want.
So I thought Esther had kind of said that before, which is why I asked her to say it again, but she said something different. And maybe you could say it in a more positive way and not use the word lazy. So I don't think most people are
What
lazy.
we as members want is to follow the truth, to know the truth.
Got that?
And that's why we want to have clarity, and the angel to say, is this truth or not, so that we follow the truth.
I got all of that, but I was asking about the word lazy. If you could just give a different narrative and not call it laziness.
We're just not able to.
Okay, let's go with that. They're not able to understand whether or not this thing is correct, and they need confirmation from the angel. So can I put confirmation from the angel? Is that a fair summary? It's not because they're lazy, it's because they're not able to understand it or work it out for themselves. Or at least they want confirmation. Anyone else? Esther?
The members want to have present truth.
This is certainly present truth. because this messenger here is talking about what you said, is they've recognized the turning point. These are not random messages. These are something that rise to the standard of being of importance, which would mean present truth. Any more, or are we okay with that? Iselin?
They might need also want interaction with other, I mean, between them, in order to confront their ideas or about the message.
So people who are listening to this message need to talk to one another.
Yeah.
For what purpose?
To confront their idea in order to, yeah, to know what the others think about the message. Like,
So Curtis has got a message,
yeah,
and I'm a member and you're a member. So I need to ask you what you think in order to understand what he's saying.
in order to have a better understanding of what the message saying.
In order to have a better understanding of what Curtis said,
Uh-huh.
I should be asking you, not him.
You can do both, because the way you see things is not the way Curtis see things is not probably the way I would see things. So to have different point of view might help.
So you'll become an expert on the message now.
Sorry, can you repeat?
You'll become an expert on the message.
Not necessarily.
So why would I ask you?
Because it's nice to share ideas.
Okay. Anybody else? What shall I write here? What Iselin said. Something more?
I don't know. For me, it's like more, the point will be more confront ideas. Yeah, sorry. I said the point is more like confronting ideas.
Between you and me? We're not even
Between
going to.
everyone.
We're not even
Yeah.
going to talk to him. His message. Is that? I'm clarifying. That's what you're saying.
Like for me, it's everyone can do.
Everyone is you and me.
Yeah.
So you and me are going to talk about his message.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I've just put.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mina?
To be able to ask questions or challenge the message, like to prove it.
That's access to the member.
I don't mean with members talking to each other, but that the flock has the freedom to ask questions about the message given.
To whom? Ask whom?
The angel.
It's not the angel's message. You've already got guidance from the angel, and you've already got access to the messenger. What are you saying that's different to those two?
It's point two, yeah.
Okay,
Princip-
Lizanne?
It's not another point, but it's more a question also, like if the thing that I said, like I need confirmation from the angel, and I would say that the members are not able to see if this is truth or not. In the case of 2012, 2014, the angel was wrong.
Hear the last bit?
The angel was wrong in the case of 2012, 2014. So, but now with new messages coming up by members, we want confirmation, but do we need it? That's because then we would say all that we're not able, and we would just wait until the angel says this is truth or not.
So now you're questioning this one that you actually may not need confirmation. Are you asking me if you need it? Do you think you need confirmation?
I don't know if it's only the angel that needs to confirm the message. Because in 2012, that went wrong.
You've only got 3 choices, and one of them is already biased. So there's no point in asking them. That's the messenger. So your choice is the angel or yourself.
I understand that.
So you're saying you're okay to choose for yourself.
No, I'm not. I'm just wondering, how do we solve this problem? Because apparently an angel can also be wrong.
So if we're not going to go to the angel, then we're going to leave it to the members to decide. That's what you're suggesting, if not proposing. We agree?
No, I don't know if it's then the members or that.
There's no one left except members.
But now we see a lot of members developing messages. And I think they're also discussing together.
It's less than 0.5%. It's not lots of members. It's very few. So if we're not going to go to an angel, and you can't ask the messenger, you have to ask yourself. And what happens if we have one message and there's a 60-40 split?
No,
what then?
I understand that that's also not a solution. Say, giving it to the members.
We only have 2 solutions. Angel or members. Or we just get rid of the messenger. I guess that's an option. But who decides if it's as members? Because that's what you'll end up getting. So my question is this an acceptable route to go down? Voting, basically.
No, I don't think so.
So if we agree that this isn't an option, unless someone can think of another one, the only option is that we go to the angel, which is the one that you gave us. And then everything's reliant upon that individual or that leader. And you suggested there's an inherent weakness to that. Part of the discussion or conversation we've had on camera and off camera this weekend is an acknowledgement of that fact. And the conclusion of that is what? Anybody, I'm not asking if you're not.
We should still follow the angel.
Yeah, so if the angel fails, what happens?
God will give a solution.
So I think that's kind of the answer that the conclusion people came to. As bad as it is, it seems to me inherently better than the other option. Allowing members to make decisions. And it sounds like deja vu to me. Because we were in this room a year ago. It's the same issue. This issue about the relationship between members. It was leaders then, but we'll go with angels. And I'm not sure a year later on where the movement is on this issue of see and vote. But I think we all agree when it comes to the issue, democracy or allowing members to vote on issues like this is not the way to go.
So my only point then would be, we're waiting for the angel to tell us what the truth is.
Yes. Was there any questions over here? Nobody? I'll just do Tamina, let Tamina go first because she's got the mic and then she'll pass it because she needs it for both of you.
In the recent past, you spoke about confidence among members.
Oh, consensus. Yes, I thought I looked at you so and then.
Sorry, language. And it appears sometimes to me that when we speak about this, that consensus has something to do with this truth has been accepted by many members. So it seems to me when we speak about the issue about angel and members, that there might be still some relevancy that when members have a consensus, it's important.
I think the context of that point was the following. It's never happened before, I don't believe. In 2018, 19, there's a space for an angel, a third angel. And that vacancy is filled by Tess. How was that done? What happened in that history? How did she magically become the third angel? Because no one cracked a whip and said, she is, and you have to suck it up. Suck it up means you're forced to agree. So I was using consensus in that context, but she was made an angel by gatekeepers. There wasn't a membership vote. And unless those gatekeepers had done anything, you would never even have heard of her. There wouldn't have been a third angel in that history. But those gatekeepers never forced any of you to accept that message. So I used consensus in that context. Maybe there was, some random people in the movement who didn't accept her and left. Do you want to say something here, someone? Oh yeah, sorry. All done?
Wanted to
Okay.
say that what you just did.
So there are people now, I'm not sure what their reason is, but they're proposing that today there may be a vacancy for the third angel again. And they're going to argue that there's some complexity or subtlety in the lines that allow you to do this. And the question that I think we'd want to know is, why would they want to do this? Why does this become significant at this moment? And if it's true, who ends up making the decision that it is true and it goes into effect? And I think I'm on public record saying I think going down this path is not the right path to take. Because someone should be qualified as an angel once their message has been established. By both the gatekeepers and the consensus in the movement. And at the Midnight Cry, 18 to 19, there were no leading teachers fighting against that message. Notice? Say it again. Please.
I was just going to suggest that an angel gets their credentials after their message has been proven. Because if you do it the other way around, then you're just rubber stamping everything that they've said is truth without proving it. And what if you're wrong? Can't take that angel title back.
If these are the three things that people, if these are the things that these three groups want, are we currently meeting these targets? So we can say there's either one member or several members with a message. And they want to be heard by the angel and they want to be heard by the flock. Have we met this hurdle or this target? Are we successful in this? Anybody think we're not? Okay, so everybody agrees that we are? They want the message to be developed. Have we failed in that? They want feedback. We didn't say from whom. So I'll say from the flock and from the angel. We've succeeded in that. So you can say from the flock. So if we venture to say that Arian is one of those people, has he received feedback from me this weekend?
We're not part of your private conversation.
He said, I've defended him, but that may not be feedback. What's the difference between feedback and defend? So you've just agreed that I do that for everybody. Everybody agree? Support and trust, is that from the flock, I presume? They want support and to be trusted by the flock. Are you doing that? What are we trusting? We're trusting good intention. We're not trusting the message because we don't know. Trust in the process. Do you feel trusted, Curtis, and supported? Curtis said yes. Therefore, identifying him as one of these messengers. Arian, do you feel supported and trusted? by the members, by the flock. So I think we're doing well. So when we spoke about what that messenger wants, it seems to me that we have met their needs. The angel, they want the message to be developed. They want to protect the flock. I don't know if I'm answering my own questions, but I would want the flock to be protected. Yes. I think they are. Many people think they're not. And that's why I think in the last presentation, I took pains to make the following point, which was what? That we don't punish people for teaching error. And some of these messengers are teaching error, whether intentionally or not. So I want to suggest, based upon that scenario, protecting the flock may look different than you would like. I think people have this idea that they need to be insulated from stress and trouble. And that's certainly not happening. And so people may not feel protected. So I don't want to put a question mark there, but I want to suggest that perhaps yourselves and myself don't see protection in the same way. I'm just going to put a tick for the next one, protect the message. We spoke about this obedience, if you remember. And I'm a bit nervous about that one. Support and trust from the flock. Am I getting that? Sorry? I don't think I'm getting that. I do not think I am. I think people have doubts about what's happening and how I'm conducting this issue. People had expectations of what protection looked like. And because I'm not meeting people's expectations, I think they are beginning to lose trust if they already haven't. So I'm going to put a no there. Members, they want guidance from the angel. Do you feel you're being guided by me?
It's like what you said before, where certain expectations of what guidance looks like may be different from what the guidance the angel does give. So I'm saying yes.
So Curtis said yes, but I think lots of people would say no.
you just shared with us, it seems to me that people might think some feel guided and others feel not guided by the angel.
Anyone else? You can speak personally. You can speak from personal experience.
I feel guided.
Natalie, and then Curtis.
Yeah, I feel guided too, and I think the presentation's guided us all.
The presentations this camp meeting have helped you. Natalie, before this camp meeting, how did you feel then?
I think that's an individual issue because we're all living in different locations and with different groups. And
I asked you how you felt.
well, I'm a bit isolated, so it's difficult.
Most people don't live anywhere near me. So it's about how you feel that the angel was guiding you before the camp.
Don't have much contact really.
I don't think you have any less contact than most people in here.
I
She
disagree.
said she doesn't have much contact.
You can have contact, but not. Yeah, I disagree.
The last time I spoke to Raquel was in October, November. Oh, at UK. And at least I spoke to you then,
Where, sorry? Where was that?
UK camp meeting. So you've had equal access, at least. So you're not in any worse position than most other people here.
What's your question again? I've said I felt guided after this presentation.
After the presentation, you felt guided. I asked before the presentations.
Not so much. Let's just say better understanding.
Let her finish.
Sorry, better understanding. Maybe the word guidance is not the appropriate word. So I have better understanding from the camp meeting.
Anyone else? Andres?
Yeah, so speaking personally, seen long hours conversations and going to like great lengths. That's on the one side, and then on the other side, I've also seen great effort to ensure everything is online for everyone that can't be in the camp meetings. I understand it might not be the same as being in the camp meetings, but it's all there.
Thank you. Thomas, are you going to speak in German or English? Okay. If you give it to Tamina. Go ahead.
I feel led and taken care of. And through this camp meeting, I gained strength, and also through fellowship, through the presentations, to carry on to feel taken care of and guided.
Thank you. Thank you. Tamina, then Curtis.
I feel guided by personal experience because you do something which is rarely done. You don't give just a black and white answer, and we follow the angel, but you teach me how to approach things. You give the tools in the hand. You don't just give the answer, but you give tools which I can use myself. Not just when it comes to methodology, but also when it comes to the second part of the message. How should we act? How should our character be like? What should be our ideology? And that takes extremely long hours, much patience, but personally, it made a big change.
Thank you. Curtis.
If I understand what the member is supposed to do, in that they follow the angel, the member is supposed to do what the angel does. And so I think just by the angel conducting themselves in a certain way, behaving in a certain way, that's the guidance I need. Outside of what they're going to talk to me personally about. Yeah. So yes.
Great. Anyone else? Trudy.
I contacted you many times through the last years, asking for guidance or support when I had questions or didn't know how to react to something. And you always took time to answer. And I always felt supported and understood. It was an experience I never had before from somebody.
Next point. Oh, Marco.
Just wanted to add an opposite opinion. Saying that I know that some don't feel guided. This is also true. And specifically, I know of some with a message. Some members with a message. Which perhaps would be the point that you had before, getting feedback from the angel.
Oh yes, so this one. Number 3. So I've put a tick there. So some people, I asked 2 people, but there are other messengers who don't feel that I support them. That's correct? Oops. Access to the member. Do you feel that you get access to people, that no one's restricting you? Has the messenger or messengers been free to develop the message? Yep. Natalie?
Did I mention number 2? Was that? I think it was, and what I meant was I've sent questions to the members with the message and not had reply. So that's why I asked for, like, yeah, sorry. So that's why I was asking for like a Q&A or something, because then questions could get answered. Because my messaging.
So point 2 is trying to say that there's no restriction placed upon members to contact or to speak to those people. So this is Natalie. Whichever of the messengers she contacted, you know it's you. And I guess she's waiting for a reply. But I can't compel people to reply. So that's why there was a tick there. I know, because I kept it at a broader level. Confirmation from the angel. Clearly no. And freedom to discuss with other members. Yes. So I'm going to put a question mark here. That's Elder Marco. Did you have a mic?
Sorry, I'm a little bit slow to react.
No problem.
But with the last points that you just made,
This for members?
access to the member and freedom to discuss with other members. I would give it a partial yes.
So let's go to access to the members.
Yeah.
So what I understood that to mean is that in our movement, there's a culture that doesn't restrict a member from approaching one of these messengers. That there's some kind of guideline or some instruction that says you're not allowed to speak to them. Not because of their personal space, but because in some shape or form, it's wrong to do that. So where do you think we're failing in that?
Not thinking we are failing. I'm thinking the following. That sometimes it is required that they go through a specific process. So they need to contact the leader, and the leader gives an okay, so then they can access the messenger. I've seen this happening. I don't know if this is correct.
But I guess I'm on camera so people can see that I'm looking surprised. So I guess I'll make it clear to all the leaders listening. If a member wants to question someone who's got one of these messages, they don't need permission to do that. Is that explicit and clear enough? Or do I need to say it in stronger language?
Now it's clear, but I'm happy that I brought it up.
And I'm disappointed that you had to. Because it's probably a failure on my part that whoever that leader is, they've misunderstood how this process works. I don't see this as an organizational issue. And maybe that's a cultural failure that I've not imprinted upon leaders. I do know that in certain countries, they seem very rigid about following rules to the letter. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but they tend to generate layers of bureaucracy that were never placed upon them. And when I've come across such cases, it seems that they thought that there was these restrictions of bureaucracy when they really weren't there. If there are organizational issues, we should go through an organizational process. On issues like this, and specifically this issue, you can go and approach the people if you want. They might not want to be approached, but that's between them and yourselves. So number 5, freedom to discuss with other members. Oh, he needs the mic back, sorry. What did you mean by that one?
No, nothing different.
That's
it's
good.
Okay.
So it was just number 2. So it was just number 2, and hopefully we've cleared that up. So I'll leave the tick there. Even though for some people, they feel that that hasn't happened. So I don't know if you think we're doing pretty good. That question mark, this one here, is a failure on my part. This one here is a failure on my part, I think. No, was that? Oh, support and trust. Oh, yes, it's yours. Not me, you. Yeah. And disobedience, without going into the intricacies of it, I really don't want obedience. Support and trust is good. We can have different definitions of obedience. On this one, out of the 5, oh, There's this one and this one. They're both failures on my part. Tamina, then Vadim.
How would you feel more supported and trusted by the flock?
I don't know what percentage, but there are members who feel because I don't know the answers, I must be failing in some shape or form. I think in this one here, Elder Marco was referring that there are these messengers who feel that I'm not meeting their needs. Yeah. When the tick was there, someone else said that people don't trust me, so I just put an X there. I guess I'm pretty sanguine about the thing. I don't really mind I was going to say the flack, but that's probably not, you won't translate that well. About the lack of support, I don't mind that too much, to be honest. But I think if we talk about what I would want, then Vadim. Vadim.
I wanted to know how accurate are those answers, since we are only a fraction answering, ticking or unticking the boxes. Those present in this room, namely.
So this is always a problem with a live camp meeting. How representative the group is to the whole movement. In my experience, I think this is pretty representative. I'm not sure that everybody here would maybe be brave enough to vote against some of these things. But I think the consensus, or the majority feeling here, is pretty representative. Assuming that it is, I thought it might be good to visually see that with respect to these messengers, we're doing pretty well. Their needs are being generally met. As are mine. And besides number 1 and 4, and if we were just to leave number 4 for a moment, and there's a question mark on number 1, I think what the members would want, what you would want, are also being met. That's why I've spoken to people when it's come up privately. I think the movement is in good shape at the moment. I think things are going okay. I'm not saying they're going in the way that I imagine them to be. but I don't have any major concerns. And I'm hoping, I guess as Natalie said, after this camp meeting, those who had fears, some of those fears have been allayed now. Allayed means put to rest. So the one that stands out is confirmation from the angel. And what I've said is that when I feel confident that I understand one or all of these messages correctly, I'll be able to add my voice to that. But you already know when I do that, it won't just be a tick box to say messenger A is the right one. Because I know what you're all going to expect is for me to demonstrate that. So I'm not at that place at the moment. And I want to point out, from your perspective, when did we arrive here? We arrived here on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, Tuesday, before you came, for the majority of you, you thought this Sunday law message, depending on who you look at, what you listen to, was either July or November. Maybe there's some whispers about January or December. But majority of people understand July and November. And if I had said, I'm going to go with July, it feels right. I can show you some proofs of it. And we would all been settled into that. Do you not think we all would have looked silly after listening to Arian's presentations? Wouldn't we have been forced to say we need to pause and reconsider? And then we might have got into existential crisis because the angel has said something and now they're going to have to retract. And where would that have left you? You'd be worse off than if I'd never said anything before. You might say, his presentation is obviously wrong. But he's already done 4 hours this weekend. And we've got pretty clever people here. And everyone's had an opportunity, but no one's shown some obvious mistake that he's made that's so clear. Everybody except Curtis. So I hope you can just see through this weekend why it's far better for us to be patient and see the message develop. And I think we have a culture in our movement that is allowing that to happen. Yes, we should go slow.